This is the all-new Community Connection. I'm your host, Jade Harrell, keeping you connected to our community. Making St. Louis History, Cronies, a Spike Lee presentation, is coming to St. Louis at the Tivoli Monday, October 26th, October 28th and 29th at Creve Coeur Cinema 12, Lindbergh and Olive. There is a culmination of St. Louis history, from the production to the writers to the direction to the actors. Making St. Louis history. I'm here joined by the writer, director, as well as producer. Michael J. Larnell is with us. Let me start with you, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How proud of you I am to have achieved such a feat. Now, you've been through the film festival circuit, and now you're bringing it back home. First of all, let's talk about you and how the Vision of Cronies came to be.
So I'm originally from St. Louis.
Yeah.
I grew up in U City, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And
of course. That's not so obvious. I wouldn't have known U City.
Now you know. No.
Now you know, right.
But, I grew up in St. Louis, graduated from, actually I went to SLU also. I graduated from U City, then I went to St. Louis University for undergraduate. I majored in business management. So then from there, I went to work, all that whole 9 to 5 thing. I always knew it was more for me to do in life, I guess, than to sit at my desk every day.
Right.
So then I decided to go back to school and pursue filmmaking. Like I went to Chicago for another film program, then I transferred to New York. And that's where I went to NYU, the graduate film program, and then everything kind of like took off from there.
So you went and got the formal training of what was already sitting there in your heart and spirit, it sounds like.
Right. I didn't so in St. Louis there's no film community. I didn't write before I went to film school. I didn't ever pick up a camera really until I started working with our other producer.
Sure.
But yeah, and then someone just told me, just go for it, go try it.
Tell me about that moment when you're sitting in the desk and you realize this is not it, and film is it? Did you know that film was it, or was it, I'm just getting away from where I am?
So yeah, I was running a website, so we would go around, it's called SoStLouis.com back in the day. So we would go around the city shooting, filming people, and then my friend of mine, Al Smith right here, he started editing at this company called Stepstone, and we would go in and edit the footage, and that's the first time I was sitting in the lab and experienced watching this footage get put together. From there, I was like, man, this is it. I love it. So. And
there was a story that you wanted to tell.
So when I went to New York University, I knew I wanted to make a feature for my thesis.
How about you could just get up and go somewhere else and pursue that? Good for you.
Yeah, I got this thing in me where I'm fearless of just going to do stuff.
You've always been that way.
Pretty much.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have an older sister. So,
Is she like that at all?
No, she's opposite. She moved away and moved back. So, yeah.
Very
I don't know where it come
interesting.
from. Yeah, I don't know. My family, my mom and dad, they still lived here. They pretty much always lived here.
Yeah, so that's just something unique in you.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
Pretty much.
About the story that you wanted to tell, what you wanted to communicate, what did you want to share through film?
Yeah, so the story took place growing up with friendships, I was split. I was leaving town, so I always I would come back, and we would grow apart a little bit, and I would still try to hold on, or the other friends would still try to hold on to this relationship. And it was just growing up. I thought it was always funny watching dudes try to cling along with each other. Their relationships were interesting. So it was just funny watching them bond and struggle with their relationship. At the same time, it's kind of serious too, because you have this strong bond that's kind of splitting apart. So each person will be hurt by that,
Sure.
They may not show it, but I thought it was interesting watching them struggle with that.
Absolutely.
So then I just started writing, and it just slowly came together.
And it came together enough to catch the eye of Spike Lee, I see.
Yeah, he teaches at New York University.
Okay. And, was he one of your instructors?
Yeah.
Directly.
So it's a 3-year program, and he teaches the last year. So yeah, and then he has 101 advisement sessions. So that's when I went there.
Good for you.
Worked with him 101 on the film.
So what's he like?
He's a interesting guy. He's I learned so much from him. He works hard. He's on the go, so he's constantly moving and working. And so I definitely learned a lot. he's a tricky guy to manage.
Well, sure. I guess he wouldn't reveal all his cards and angles at no particular time, but that would keep us all sharp,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
keep us all sharp.
Yeah.
And that's good because I feel like he's always set forward to change the way we think and to get us out of our rigidity and the boxes that we may be in. But what would be the most valuable lesson you feel like you learned?
From him? Mm-hmm. His fearlessness, like he's in his work.
But you were already fearless, so you learned that from him too.
No, I already had it in me, but he'd take it to another level. You know, it's like his work ethic is out of this world. You know,
sure.
So I definitely learned from that, and I'm able to juggle different projects too. So
right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I can.
And
imagine.
then manage people, like it's a lot going into this film.
I bet you're learning that along the way.
Oh yeah, I've learned it. Yeah, it's like, and it's still going. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Lifelong.
Totally.
As you've created an opportunity for, and I spoke with Cedric The Entertainer last week, and one of the things he said is he valued having someone to look to be an example for him. And that's what gave him kind of the courage and energy to pursue the things that he loved. Well, you guys are creating that for others. What would be the valuable lesson or the thing you would most want to impart upon the people here, young and upcoming filmmakers, or another young man that may be sitting here listening to the program right now?
Honestly, it's not going to come easy. Like, it's very, very hard. Filmmaking is like, I didn't know this. Like, I always ask this question. So if I knew what I knew now, would I pursue filmmaking? I used to struggle with that. Sometimes I say no, because it's that hard. It's very difficult. No, it's difficult. Okay. Like, it's still, it's very hard. But, you know.
Worth it?
Of course.
Worth it.
Of course. You know, you got to have it in you.
You
like,
do
it's
it
not
again.
for the
faint or weak.
No.
For sure. And you weren't that dude.
I'm not.
For sure. Well, we're looking at the product, the manifestation of that, and we're going to get into that some more. So I want to bring in your associate producer and editor, actually the fellow that kind of helped expose you to it, Al.
He also was the casting director and music supervisor.
Well, go on and let's lay it out. Make sure I don't discount the brother in all his multiple. Though. You weren't the editor, but
Michael actually edited it, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm just sitting here baffled. This is going to be wow, Jade. You got all into that one, but it's quite impressive. So Al, come on and just tell us all the hats you wore, but a little bit about your story. What is your superhero origin story? How'd you get to this place?
Well, I took an interest in film when I bought my first camera from a pawn shop.
You bought a camera?
I bought
that speaks volumes.
About an $80 camera from
How
a
old
pawn
were you
shop.
then?
At that age, I was probably like 19, and I would just shoot my friends. We'd ride around and do different projects, just around the neighborhood. I took it a little bit more serious when I went to Stepstone Production. And the way that Stepstone came about, it's ironic. I actually was unemployed. I went to the Slate Career Center.
Okay.
And then I'm looking at all these jobs, going to take up this, that, and the other. And I'm like, let me try this production. So it was an internship we did work
through Slate.
Right, through Slate.
All right, shouts out to Slate.
So, we worked at the news stations and things like that. And I took an interest. After the courses, I would work on music videos for different friends and hip-hop artists around St. Louis. So Michael and I worked on a couple hip-hop videos. We did things for Averb, P-Dub.
Hey, Willie.
Yeah, he's an amazing artist.
And my family, yeah.
So, we just worked with a lot of different people. From that point, I got on the hip-hop circuit throwing different shows, like hip-hop showcases and things like that. And I think that's part of what prompted you to come to me about the casting. Yeah, just because I was kind of tied into the community.
You had some...
And had, access to people who kind of fit the characters for the script that he prepared.
Absolutely. So what has changed for you from your early days of piquing your interest to where you are now with a full-out feature film?
Well, I mean, the main thing is just seeing how far it can go with the work when it's put in. I mean, like, I was caught up in the whole thing of just taking money from people to do a project.
That was wow, yeah.
Right. And it's the difference between like a videographer, like I'm a videographer, but that's the difference between working as a project or working on a project as a videographer as opposed to as a filmmaker. As a filmmaker, you put your heart into it. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and look for things to do and add on to the project. As a videographer, I mean, you want to make the best project possible, but it's not your project. It's not your baby.
You don't own it.
So I think everybody on the team looked at this project as their baby. So everybody from the actors to the crew and everybody, like, even if you were grabbing a sandbag, you went to go grab that sandbag the best way that you could, with the quickest energy and all that. So
why do you think it means that much to you all, even the sandbag person?
It's just in the bottom of the heart, like just
because it's St. Louis, you think?
Yeah, I think St. Louis is the show me state. So like whatever we do, we
we're
have
determined
to try and show them.
Definitely.
So as a proud papa, is this being your baby? What are you most proud about? What do you feel the best about this film?
Everything. I mean, like from the. I mean, like when people see it. I mean, like I didn't write it, so from me standing on the outside, just looking at what was written and how it was portrayed and how it came off, it's just amazing. I mean, like it's more than just a story about these friends. Although that's the heart of it all. There's a story about these friends, but there's also the story about St. Louis, and the story about struggle, and the story about happiness, and I can't tell you too much more of the story.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to give it away. I want to see as well. But we've got some period pieces and stories about. I mean, from Goonies to Cronies to Straight Outta Compton. I mean, those are always ones that they have a narrative of the time and the region, but they also get to a deep place in us with our relationship. So it's powerful. It's powerful. And especially if you could capture this at this time. I'm sure when you started, much of what was going on wasn't happening then.
No, yeah, we shot it in like September of 2013.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I spent the year pretty much editing it. So and then that's when it came out. Like during that time, we had already pretty much the film was done by the time Ferguson happened.
And this speaks to how this has been a long-standing condition of our region. So,
totally. I mean, it's great to just, like, I went to London, actually, like, last weekend, and I watched the film.
Had you ever been there?
No, actually, no. So, and I watched the film. It was great to show, like, because I have a credit sequence where I travel around St. Louis, and we show different parts of the city.
Good.
So it was great to show them over there. You know, it was intriguing. It was interesting.
Well, what other account do they have than mainstream media? So I appreciate you for that.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, introduce your actors and the ones that brought it to life that we have with us.
So first we have George Sample III. He plays Lewis, who is the lead character in the film, like the main person. So
okay.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, George, come on over.
All right.
All right, George. Tell me about you, George. You came to the project. A little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a first-time actor. This was my first film. Enjoyed it, and it was better than I even imagined. You know, when I came into it, I didn't have any inhibitions like, okay, I have to do it a certain way. I was just going to do me, you know, and deliver the best that I can. So what I did was I just soaked my heart into it, and soaked my passion into it, and I wished for the best and just prayed on it, and it worked out. So I just look forward to doing, you know, more roles and just being able to expose what I can do to the world and show that the person that's watching me, you too can achieve your dream. You know, I know people that's not living their dream because of fear of your failure. Do what you want to be, you know, be the best barber or cook or janitor. Do something, you know. It's options and possibilities out here. It may not be easy, but if you try and you passionate about it, you too can do whatever you want to do. That's how I feel about it. So,
have your dreams and your ideas of what's possible changed now that you took those first few steps forward?
My dreams have just even opened up that much more, you know, because even when I see like, okay, maybe if I max out at this, I do something to create traction to where it's even bigger than I expected. It's like, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, so I kind of just live for today. Not that I'm living reckless, just like forget tomorrow. More like, okay, give my all today, give 100% today, and let tomorrow worry about tomorrow. If I know that every day I'm giving my best, that's all I can ask for. So I'll just see many more things coming my way because I work at it. It's not just like, this is a coincidence. All of a sudden, I'm acting in films. No, it took time for me to get this down and practice and rehearse on my own and just get my own type of inner peace in so I can continue on with this path. I've been deterred by many things, whether it's family or friends saying, no, don't do that. Do something more stable. Get you a craft. Go to this school. Or maybe it's a friend in the neighborhood like, nah, it'll never happen. Didn't happen. I couldn't live my dream. You can't live your dream. I don't live like that, you know. Do what you can do. I'm do what I can do, you know. So not a competition. It's my life.
That's right. So help us get to know Lewis.
Lewis is a great guy, great character. I had so much fun playing him because I saw myself in the character a little bit in some of the nuances of Lewis as far as him being laid back, personable, sarcastic, but still has some comedy spin to it. I'm not gonna tell you too much. You gotta come see the film.
Well,
but
y'all gotta give us some idea of how it goes. I know you want to hold something back, but get us a little.
He's family oriented.
Okay.
He has a daughter in the film, so that shows his soft side. Not soft, but that shows his heart side, I should say. And he has a woman he's involved with, so he's living a life that he feels is correct. He's raising his daughter. He has a significant other. He cares about his friends. So he's a real person that you might know from your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. We can connect with him that way.
And he's 22, so he's just struggling with trying to live his life the proper way. You know? So he's struggling with that a little bit. So he has a new job, so he's trying to just take care of his family. He's kind of struggling with that.
Sure, at that point of youth to maturity, young adulthood. I get that.
Yeah,
All right, so who else do we have?
So next we have Zurich.
Come close to
So next we have Zurich Buckner. He plays the incredible Jack.
Thank you.
Oh,
hello, how you all doing?
That incredible landed on you just right, didn't it?
Yeah.
Zurich, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, this is also my first time acting, my first film. But, I'm excited to be in this film, and this is something that I always knew I could do. And I always watched film and said, you know what, I could have played that role. So to be doing this and to see how it came out and to see myself, I could do, a lot of things, and it makes me even know more that I'm capable of doing, anything that I put my mind to. That's I feel like I want to attack, and achieve. So, yeah.
How different is it from what you envisioned it to be to what it really is?
Actually, at the time, I was just wanting to give my all, and I always wanted to be seen on screen. So my thing was, I looked at it like it's a job. I'm going to be fun with it, but I took it serious. Like, I wanted to learn my lines. I wanted to have the right expression. I wanted to, make people feel what it is he was wanting people to feel through his writing.
Sure.
So
who was your character?
Jack. I played Jack,
Magnificent Jack, yes. Yes.
Trying to hold on to a friendship, you know what I'm saying? And he's an edgy guy in the film, edgy guy, yeah.
How did Jack make you feel? When you say you want to make the viewers feel your character, how did Jack make you feel personally?
Jack made me feel like I was about to lose something that I didn't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to hold on to something that I felt was slipping away, and it was someone else stepping in trying to take my place. So I was kind of on that edge, You
could relate.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I want to always use this opportunity to let this be a hand to somebody else. What lesson, what nugget would you share for somebody who's here in any other city, for that matter, that's hopeful about something they want to do? What's your encouragement?
Stay positive. And if it's something you want to do, you got to work towards it, and working and having, something that you want to achieve, you got to sacrifice. So it's not going to be easy all the time, but it's what's in you that gives you that drive that makes you overcome any obstacle so that you make it to that point. And, you're going to make it there, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to learn a lot on your road of struggle and overcoming whatever, but it's going to be all worth it. And so whatever you feel inside that you should do, take a chance and try it. We got one life. It's positive. You try and take that chance and work towards that, and it will happen for you,
With or without prior experience, clearly.
Yes.
Right. I love it. Bring on your next fella.
So next we have Brian Kowalski from Belleville.
Kowalski!
618, baby. 618.
How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic.
All right. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm from Belleville, Illinois. I got to represent for the East Side. All my people over there. I can hear them shouting way over there.
Yeah, they are right now.
You guys hate on us for being river rats. I hear people say it.
But what you talking about?
It's all one here. It's all one love.
Yeah.
I was raised over there. Went to Belleville East High School. Kind of in a diversified culture. I think it's just why I kind of relate to these guys a little bit. And then I went to Illinois College up in Jacksonville. I played football there. and graduated with a biology degree, and found Michael's ad for the movie on the news at 10 p.m. when I graduated and went out for the movie.
You scored with that news interview, didn't you?
Yes, they definitely.
That was where it's at. Yeah. What channel was it?
I think it was Fox.
Yeah, it was Channel 4. I think it was on multiple stations.
Okay, good for you.
They had it on the airwaves.
Yeah.
Okay, much love. So what made you respond to the call?
I just was sitting on the couch. I didn't have a job, so I was like, well, maybe that's something I can do. Maybe they'll pay me. It sounds cool. But I think looking back on it is my grandmother was a cinephile. My parents love movies. They've had catalog of HBO movies they recorded for like 8 years. And so I've just kind of always been around it for so long. And I think I really have a passion for it. And it's just halfway it came to me and halfway me reaching back and saying, hey, let's do this.
That's right. You actually saw Michael on the interview?
No. It was just posting a news.
Wow.
Yeah, they just said,
because I could see if you okay, so Spike Lee's name on it.
Yeah.
But if you had seen him, you probably would have responded. That sincerity is there.
Well, if I would have seen his face, I would have ran away real fast. I'm just kidding.
Smarty. So your character is?
My character is Andrew.
All right. Tell us a little bit about Andrew. Help us get to know Andrew.
Andrew is a little bit of a slacker. I would say I have part of that in me, but I think I'd get some hate. But
so help us love Andy.
Andrew has bigger aspirations for things. I think, but he's relaxed. He's too relaxed to actually do something about it in action. Like he's had it very well off. He's from a white collar neighborhood. I think it's Clayton was the neighborhood that he was supposed to be from. So he's had kind of things given to him. So he's had the chance to actually benefit from that. But this is his first experience with a culture that's kind of different to him. So the audience can relate to it because they don't really know, and Andrew doesn't know really what he's walking into with the whole premise of the movie.
This sounds like we're getting into that good stuff. So who should come see this movie? It sounds like it's for a wide audience, but it's got that something.
It has a lot.
That's going to be compelling.
Yeah, sure.
I feel that.
A lot of emotions and heart for sure. That's what helps the movie, travel.
Of course.
A bit. So
what do you hope for it? What is your hope?
I mean, everything it's
already doing. Yeah, you're just gonna bless us a little bit with it.
I wonder. This is our premiere, so it's going to be
right on.
I mean, it's going to shock a lot of people, and that's what I like. I like for people to come in and sit in and just don't really know what's going on, and then just be, just see it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, you should come. You coming?
That's why I hope so.
Yeah,
one of these days I can. I can. Wednesdays and Thursdays are good. On opening night, actually Mondays are good.
Yeah.
Bring me. I'll be happy to be there for sure. That's right. I know, right? Well, I'll meet you there. I ain't come to get you. I know. I get it. But that is cool. We'll send out the invitation and welcome us all to this great premiere.
Another thing, we're doing it differently because we had the way the festival circuit, it premiered in Sundance. That's like the #1 film festival.
Right, you got in.
Yeah, it's very competitive. And it was. And so the way people you try to sell your movie there to distributors, and we had a few offers, but it wasn't worth giving up the movie, So we're doing it ourselves now in a certain way. Because I'm working with NYU again, they've been incredible, man. So they're helping me with some new stuff. So so now we're bringing it to St. Louis, and the way we're doing it, you have to buy tickets online.
Okay.
So go to Cronies-The-Movie.com, and then you can see where to get the tickets. Yeah.
All right. Well, then we want to be sure that you check out the trailer, that you clear your calendar, that you make time to go not only for support, but to go enjoy a very good film. Cronies was filmed in St. Louis with all St. Louis actors and musicians and has screened around the world, New York, Los Angeles, and London. This is St. Louis history. It's very green, obviously, circulating it back here in our city. We appreciate you all for the work and heart you put in.
Thank you.
And we certainly value this contribution you made to our city.
I love the city. So
appreciate you, man. All right, that's it for this week. If you have questions or comments or have something you'd like to include in the community calendar, you can leave a message on our message box at 314-333-8369, 314-333-8369. And for more information about our show or any of our guests, you can visit us online and listen to the podcast at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. And search Community Connection with Jade Harrell. You all be blessed, do blessed, and take care.